Muslims need to stop doing this. Need to stop doing what? Let's find out.
Every ritual that has ever existed at any point in time consists of three parts. It's intention, meditation, and energy source. Your birthday party is not exempt to this rule. And if you think about this, just break down the parts of a birthday party, you'll start to understand. They light the candles, they sing a mantra around a fire, and then make a wish at the end of it. That is the direct traditions of a genie, a Disney Channel genie, of them popping out of a lamp and granting you your wishes.
Yeah, actually there's like a lot of similarity, but I've heard this too, and this is like why we Muslims have to be very careful with that. There are certain festivals or celebrations that have also religious roots, right? If you get like birthdays and how you're actually blowing a candle out, right? And if you blow that candle out, you can make a wish. That's actually shirk, basically, right? Because you're giving someone else than Allah, like the candle, maybe this ritual is like magic, right? You're giving someone or something else the power to fulfill wishes for you, and the power doesn't come, it's like you're saying the power doesn't come from Allah. You're not directly asking Allah, like, yeah, Allah, give me something, do this and this for me. I mean, no, you're not doing this. You're actually blowing the candle. You believe this can do something for you. That's a form of shirk. This is shirk. Be careful.
Your wishes.
My children would like to also go to birthday parties and celebrate and so on. I sit them down and I explain to them what the candles are all about.
Yeah.
Do you know what the candles on a birthday party are all about?
Shirk.
In ancient Europe, when the winters were so bad that people used to go into literal hibernation to
No
keep
more
themselves
candles
warm
blowing.
in whatever way they had, and when they would come out, they would count the dead. Did you know that? They would count the dead. And in order
That's
to
so dark.
celebrate the fact that those who are alive have passed through the winter and survived and fought nature, which means nature came to kill us in the form of cold, and because we fought nature and we stayed alive, now we need to defy it by blowing up candles. So they would put how many ever candles of their age and blow them out to show we can defy.
I think that's so stupid. Let me tell you why. So fire is a source of heat. And if they survive a cold winter, or it's like very cold, right? Then why would you remove your heat source? It's like you have your campfire on and it's very cold outside. And you blow out the campfire so it gets even more cold.
Defy it. It's something that we believe is rooted in the medieval Europe. And it comes with its own satanic origins and so on.
Wow.
But people today say, what's wrong?
It's like a Sith
What's
Lord.
wrong? I'm blowing the candles. But you don't
Darth
realize
Maul.
it's like an act of worship of the pagans.
Did you know that the highest of all holidays in the satanic religion is the date of one's own birthday? Satanism teaches
Where's his
arrogance
red
and
lightsaber?
pride, the very characteristics of Iblis that got him expelled from paradise. This is why Satanists celebrate their own birthday as the most important day of the year.
So the meditation source of a birthday party is when you are staring off in those candles, that moment of bliss where you're just zoned out entirely on the flame. The energy source is a multitude of things. It's going to be the people around you that's singing the mantra that is pumping energy into this ritual. It's going to be the flame from the candle. The offering to the jinn is the cake. And then your intention of this ritual is going to be the wish. Whatever wish you keep to yourself.
Birthday celebrations are actually rooted in paganism. The Encyclopedia Americana, 1991 edition, states, "The ancient world of Egypt, Greece, Rome, and Persia celebrated the birthdays of idols, kings, and nobles. Mesopotamia and Egypt, the cradles of civilization, were also the first lands in which men remembered and honored their birthdays. The keeping of birthday records was important in ancient times, principally because a birth date was essential for the casting of a horoscope. So there is a direct connection between the pagan practice of birthday celebrations."
Oh, horoscopes. I hate horoscopes. Let me tell you why. I'm sorry if I offend someone, but I feel like horoscopes are the biggest scam in the history of mankind. Because what I see here in Germany when it comes to like horoscope and like magazines and news, and you even have places where you can call them to actually do some sort of fortune telling with your horoscope and stuff, and you actually pay for each call you make. So there's like this strange number, you call it, and there's like some sort of fee or something you have to pay when you call in, and they can tell you about what will happen to you, this and that, taking your horoscope into account. Then there are like magazines about horoscope you can buy, and you spend money on that and this and that. Like they are like milking cash out of people with horoscopes, at least here in Germany, but I heard also like other European countries. Like it's worldwide a problem, I would say, right? With like horoscope, how people are being scammed. And you know, it's like weird. Like back in the day when I was like, I was like 15, 16. I wasn't a Muslim at that time. I once read in some sort of magazine about my horoscope, and when I read this, it says I will get this and this in the near time, like near future. And guess what? I didn't get any of that. So this was wrong. What it says about me and my luck in the next years, it did not happen. So it was false. I was like, and if you look online, I looked online before as well. Like one page says this and this will happen to you. You will be so happy, in love with someone. You will have this and that. One says you will not be happy. You will be miserable. One says you will be rich. One says you will be poor. And they're all contradicting each other. How can one page say about my horoscope about this? Oh, I will be rich. And one says I will be poor. How can I be rich and poor at the same time? How can I have a good love life and a horrible love life at the same time? How can I have an easy future, but it says there I have a difficult future? Like, that's the biggest scam in history, and people are making money out of horoscopes, and this is very sick.
So there is a direct connection between the pagan practice of birthday celebrations and astrology, horoscopes, and fortune telling.
We are being fooled by believing that, you know what, you need to celebrate the fact that you're 1 year older by throwing a big party, everyone must come. But these teachings are foreign to Islam. They are actually incorrect, invalid.
It is not surprising then that the ancient Jews did not celebrate birthdays and regarded it as a pagan practice. The early Christians also didn't celebrate the birth of Jesus because they considered the celebration of anyone's birth or birthday to be a pagan custom.
Yeah.
So you find even families which are supposedly religious, you know, they have these big birthday parties and so on, whereas it is Islamically incorrect.
In Islam, it is haram, completely forbidden to celebrate birthdays. It is the final religion from God today that holds on firmly to the original teachings and customs. As all other religions in modern times have faltered and submitted to worldly and societal pressures.
Unfortunately, many Muslims today are too weak to strictly follow and abide by the teachings of Islam, and instead they submit and follow the secular and satanic customs in order to please the people.
It is thought that the large-scale celebration of birthdays in Europe began with the cult of Mithras, which originated in Persia but was spread by soldiers throughout the Roman Empire. Before this, such celebrations were not common at all, and hence practices from other contexts, such as the Saturnalia, were adapted for birthdays. Because many Roman soldiers took to Mithraism.
You know what's the same? It's the same with like Christmas, right? If you look at it, right? Like no religious source actually says Christmas is like this and that. If this was a Christian festival, then where is Santa Claus in the Bible? Can someone explain me that? That is a Christian? Because as a Christian in the past, I couldn't find Santa Claus in the Bible. So where does Santa Claus come from, right?
It had a wide distribution and influence throughout the empire at that time.
All it takes is one bad apple in the bunch of people singing that mantra to turn this birthday party ritual into a curse instead.
Wow.
Just one set of intention of jealousy and destruction from somebody you have close to you can turn it directly into a curse. And this is exactly why birthday parties aren't even haram. They are shirk. They are forbidden. We're not supposed to have them for this exact reason. They are celebrating the jinn.
Wow. That was fascinating. Let me give this one a thumbs up. Yo. You have to be really careful these days, especially if you're living in the West as a Muslim, because there are like so many festivals that are against the teachings of Islam, right? Like we shouldn't be celebrating Christmas as well, right? And you know what I've heard the other day about a story? Like someone called... there was like a dawah call to at Muslim Lantern, and what happened there was some family apparently, when there's Christmas, they don't celebrate it, but when there is Eid, they bring some sort of tree and put presents on the tree during Eid. This is like imitating the Christians, right? You shouldn't do that, right? Like as a Muslim, you have to be very careful that you don't celebrate the other religions' festivals, because this is haram. This leads to shirk, like the blowing of the candles. Yeah, may Allah protect us from this and keep us steadfast. Ameen. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. If you guys found this video informative, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs thumbs up, and be careful what you're celebrating. Do your research first before you decide to. Like for us Muslims, if we do celebrations like maybe graduation celebration or the opening of a company celebration or some other type of celebration that is not occurring always on the same day every year, right? And that has no religious source, then it's different. Like, I'm not saying this is haram, right? Like, oh, you opened a business and you're now celebrating it by, I don't know, eating something halal, no alcohol, no music. That's fine, right? It has no religious source. You're just celebrating the opening of your business. So some things are allowed, but you have to be very careful, yeah? I will see you guys next time, inshallah.